Hello everyone and welcome to this live battle between the dinosaurs and the Ratmen. In this game, guys, we're going to be using KROQ'GAR for our lord, and he is indeed riding his pet Carnosaur Grimlock, so he's definitely ready to party. But for the front line, we do have a combination of the Saurus warriors who are very good against the rats because they hit like trucks. And most of the time in this matchup, you're going to be seeing a lot of Plague Monks in the front line because they do very good DPS against lightly armored targets. So it's definitely like a very bloody kind of atrocious front line, at least from my anecdotal experience. I definitely think KROQ'GAR is very good. He's excellent at hunting down enemy lords. So if they have like Lord Skrolk or even Queek, it's very hard for them to get away from KROQ'GAR. Because even if, for example, they surround KROQ'GAR with a bunch of Halberds or Storm Vermin, you do have the swiftness of Itzel, which is just going to knock them all back and give him a speed boost. So he's definitely very, very hard to kind of get your rat paws on. But I like him a little bit more than Jabba the Hutt. In Jabba the Hutt, his spells like Banishment and other things like that, they don't seem as effective against the big hordes of rats. I mean, you might put a dent in like some clan rats or something, but unless they bring a lot of storm vermin, it doesn't seem quite as good. But again, that's just my experience, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. We also do have some of these chameleons. We're probably going to do a little Vanguard action, and I've just been getting run over literally and figuratively by Doom Wheels lately, so it's very important, I think, to bring some cold ones in the current state of the metagame. So the Cold One Spear Riders are going to be a very good counter to the Doom Wheel. Anti-large, armor piercing, they can block it and kind of keep it from running rampant. So we'll get some more skinks over here on the wings of our army, just use them to flank and go after maybe some, we're probably going to have a lot of Globadiers, that's what I'm expecting. These are another unit I've really been enjoying quite a bit in the matchup. These are the Pterodon Riders. So these bad boys do have, they don't have a true anti-infantry bonus, but they perform so darn well against like Plague Monks and Clan Rats. In worst case scenario, you just fly them in the back and take out their artillery. That you just get so much utility out of them. I definitely think they're pretty solid. So I think we're good to go. We're going to have these guys in the forest, and hopefully they can out-skirmish with the Skaven skirmishers, if he does have any, because they do have chameleons, so they have a 40% resistance against physical damage. Although I know some of the Skaven kind of Vanguard rat things, yeah, that little rat thing just got 8, damn nature. Yeah, the what's it called? The guys that throw, they're like slingers, but they have a physical resist too, so you need to watch out for that. So we're probably going to need to advance. He does have a Warp Lightning Cannon, so we don't really have a choice here. So we're going to sneak these little chameleons up and start going after these Gutter Runners. I think, are they Night Runners, Gutter Runners? I got to get the names. There's so many different variants of those type of units for the Skaven. So, all right, so let's get these guys kind of flying. He does have a Hell Pit Abomination in the back, so thankfully, you know, KROQ'GAR should be able to handle that pretty easily. So I honestly think our chameleons will out-trade here. I'm really hoping they do. And it's a pretty small army from this Skaven, so he's got some Slingers, he's got some Storm Vermin over here, so let's see how this goes. I'm actually pretty excited for this, so cool. So let's advance. I'm sure he has stuff hiding in the forest. He probably has like 8 Doom Wheels just like lurking in the shadows, so let's fly into the tree so we can kind of avoid some of that missile fire. We can use this on itself. We'll actually just, can it heal itself? Oh, it can't even heal itself, so we'll probably end up using like a Cold Blood on it for now. So this trade's going okay. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but you know, we're doing our thing. Over here, we do want to start poking down. So what is this? This is an assassin. Oh, assassins are not fun. Storm Vermin. So we can kind of just start working on the Skaven Slaves for now and just trying to work down his numbers at the moment. And let's just kind of get everybody kind of waddling up. And it looks like the trading's going okay. We're doing a little bit of work against these Clan Rats, but they do have shields, so we definitely don't want to be wasting too much ammunition on those guys. So, all right, so our infantry are finally starting to get in position, a little bit slow, but look at the Clan Rats just getting wrecked right there. We also do want to pop a Flock of Doom right there. That would actually be pretty good because it's going to help us against these Night Runners. And I'm looking around to see if he has anything in Vanguard, and I don't think he does. So I think, oh, there's some stuff over there. It looks like, yeah, we got some Rat Ogres, and where's Grimlock going? He's getting a little ahead of himself. So the rest of our forces are advancing. Our skirmishers are doing a very, very good job here, and these skinks with the shields, I don't mind if they absorb that fire all day. And our Pterodons here are just putting in work. So do I want to go for the Clan Rats? I wonder if the shield like mitigates the attacks from these guys. That's actually a pretty interesting question there. So Cold Blood, we're going to pop it on our crystal right here, and then we're going to go ahead and get these guys kind of all getting up and, you know, get them ready to party. So let's get these guys going here, these guys going here. KROQ'GAR can get on this big monster right here. These guys can run back and inundate some of those Rat Ogres. And the Cold One Riders, let's go ahead and pull them up around here. I don't think he has the Wheel of Cheese. So we do have another Flock of Doom, so let's pop that right here, and it's going to hit a lot of those guys. These guys are getting hit by Globadiers, so we need to reposition them. And man, this thing is taking a ton of damage, so let's actually get it into the forest somewhere. These little skinks can go deal with those guys in the periphery, and I think it's going pretty well. Yeah, let's actually shoot at the side of these Storm Vermin to apply that poison. So the Hell Pit Abomination should go down pretty quick to Big Daddy KROQ'GAR, and we do have the Hand of the Gods, which will do a ton of damage. And also, actually, these boluses might not be terrible against this thing. So let's actually pull them back over here. Let's get these anti-large guys around the back, and hopefully it'll do the trick. All right, so the frontline engagement seems to be going okay. Our crystal here is getting a little beat up, so let's see if we can pop that before we lose it. And did I land this guy? I don't remember landing him. Well, let's get a Flock of Doom back here, and we're going to get the Wyson's Wild Form right here to give KROQ'GAR some juicy, juicy buffs. So we do have our Cav here. We're going to put him in Group 4 now. We're going to have one group slam into the back of those guys, and the other group's going to kind of push up and around and see if we can get on some of his like high-value targets in the back, which should be pretty good. So we definitely want to kill that Hell Pit Abomination. Let's also bring our Skink Skirmishers over here. Let's get our Pterodon shooting at some of these Rat Ogres. And come on, you guys need to squeak around the back. Well, the rats are the ones squeaking, but you know, we're doing our thing. So KROQ'GAR here is having a jolly good time, and Hand of the Gods. I wonder if it like doesn't work when you're in really close proximity. That would be something I'd be interested in finding out. So let's force path these guys through, see if we can get back there, and that Hell Pit Abomination is going down pretty good. Our Pterodons right here are dropping some good bombs, so we actually do have like actual bombs with these guys. So let's see if we can go right over here and drop those bombs, and oh yeah, get into those slingers. That's gonna be nice. So we're gonna fly over this this rat's nest right here and see if we can actually get a good bomb volley. So 1, 2, oh, they stopped flying. Why'd you guys stop flying? Okay, let's get you guys going and drop it. All right, so that should be pretty good. That did some okay damage. Nothing to write home about. We don't have our crystal yet, but we're still working on this Hell Pit Abomination, doing some good work. We're able to kill some of those slingers. So let's just ride back there and keep kind of scavenging. Our skinks here, we probably want them in the Hell Pit Abomination as well. And these guys can go ahead and start just shooting into these storm vermin. Even though they're armored, we might as well. And yeah, these poison wind globadiers in the back are actually pretty isolated. So let's get both of our guys and have them go in on melee. Should be able to shut those down. We got another crystal, so look for healing. And can we reach those guys? We can? Oh, too bad. They just actually broke right then, so that's unfortunate. He does have his lord chasing us over here, so it looks like the Abomination is about to go down. But man, that thing is so darn tanky. Like, I don't understand how it's not dead yet, but Storm Vermin in the middle performed really well. They have great armor, so they can, you know, endure in that circumstance. But we do have a lot of guys in the high ground. We're going to push them down here, start doing some work. And this Hell Pit Abomination is almost down. It's wavering, so I think at this point, we just go and kill his assassin. We need to take out some of the leadership here, and we can just use these cold ones to chase that off the battlefield. And the skink cohort, do we have another one over here? Yes, we do. We have some guys come back from route. All right. And our skirmishers there are honestly doing a pretty good job, just poking, you know, treating themselves, having a good old time, and there's no way the storm vermin are going to catch those. So our Bastillodon, we can kind of lurk around the back and see if we can get any value there. And KROQ'GAR he's in a bit of a mess, that's for sure. But we can pop this, which is going to knock back some of those guys. Let's go after the assassin, make sure we finish him off. And these guys can just keep kiting. Do we have any other infantry we can get back into the fight? We do have these skinks fighting against clan rats in the back, which is always fun. So let's get these Pterodons back up, put them in range mode, make sure these guys re-engage, get on that Warp Lightning Cannon, and this Bastillodon can go, and man, we probably just want to keep it in the forest for healing, just so we can use it on KROQ'GAR, because he's going to have to carry this fight for sure. We don't have too much left other than KROQ'GAR. We do have some cold ones that are kind of back here. The Warlord has kind of caught them, so we want to try and squeak away from these spears. And we have the 23 here and the 14 right here coming back in. So let's get them. You know, these guys are pretty close to breaking. I think we maybe just go, and I think they're probably just like clan rats. So KROQ'GAR in here is doing a pretty good job. We probably want to work on the Plague Priest. I think we finished off the Assassin. And this crystal we can go ahead and use to heal KROQ'GAR. But we still do have some charges. And we'll pop the Sacred Spawning of Zotl, which is going to give us some goodies. And yeah, our skirmishers here are doing a good job. Let's pull them back in. How are our pterodactyls doing here? Oh man, they're doing some really good work in that back line. And these ones, we actually still have most of the bombs. So let's actually just fly right over those guys and see if we can get some really good DPS in on this big posse here. So they're flying over right now. Let's go ahead and get ready to drop the bombs. Oh yeah, that's going to feel good. And we just got a nice bombing on all those filthy rats. Oh, that felt so good. So let's go ahead and just get on these globadiers back here. These guys need to get on the globadiers as well. So get back there. Don't let them shoot at you for free. I love how our Bastillodon's just like hiding in the forest, just lurking in the shadows. KROQ'GAR honestly should be able to solo most of these rats. We do have our skirmishers back, so let's get them moved up here. And the darn Hell Pit Abomination is actually back in action, so we need to take care of that. And do we want to use, what do we have left here that we can use? Do we have some cold ones lurking in the shadows? We do have a couple, and I guess I didn't micro them well enough to get them away. So we got some skinks coming back, we got some rampaging saurs, so let's make sure those guys are all pathing in. And these are actually the Warp Lightning crews. So let's take these guys off Vanguard and pull them into melee. KROQ'GAR's a little bit kind of trapped right now, so I think we need to wait for the sacred, or the swiftness of Itzel. Oh yeah, look at that tackle, just a formed tackle right there. That's some good stuff. And it actually kind of got him out of combat a little bit. So we do have this crystal here. So we're going to use that on, I gotta click it again, use it on KROQ'GAR. And he's actually not in the best leadership right now. So let's pop this, which is going to knock back all these filthy rats and allow us to kind of get away from this. Our skirmishers are fighting the Warp Lightning Cannon crew. And then we can pop Cold Blood on him, which is going to kind of keep him back online. So we're going to run up into the forest. This Bastillodon, we're going to kind of run over here. And let's just kind of run back a little bit and use Hand of the Gods. And yes, we have this whole group of skinks. So we need to get them over here. I never thought I'd be so happy to see like a ton of skinks. So let's run this way, and our skirmishers here, let's put them back in skirmish mode and make sure they're shooting. And do we have any other cold ones? We do. We can get them on the enemy lord. And these pterodactyls, we can get them kind of flying back here as well. So what we want to do is pop Hand of the Gods and just blast this thing into oblivion. So we're going to turn, and hopefully you can actually cast it. I've tried to cast it a few times, and boom. Oh yeah, that felt good. So now we just kind of run away from these clan rat spears, get up and around, back into the forest, unify our forces, and use our pterodactyl goon squad to start gooning things. So let's get these, those are storm vermin. And we do have the support of some skinks over here, so let's actually dive them in right here and see if we can do our thing. Let's get our skirmishers over there. And KROQ'GAR can run back through here, and our Bastillodon, we need to get him back in action. He could definitely kill those clan rats. So we're going to get a good little dive right there, and basically those spears that got summoned, we're just going to kind of wait for them to dissipate a little bit and see if we can kind of avoid that. But we need to kind of crash this pocket of troops here. So the pterodactyls, let's get him back up in the air. It's definitely a very dicey engagement. So let's see if we can reform ranks a little bit. I'm not sure. He has a lot of stuff left, and we do have some. Do we have some rampaging guys over here? I think we do. So let's pull these skirmishers up. Let's pull everyone up right now. I think we need to kind of prepare for the final countdown. So KROQ'GAR can charge in and get probably a free charge on those guys. And do I have any ammunition left? Not really. Oh, man, this is an incredibly close fight. Very well played to my opponent. This is just awesome. So hopefully we can kind of, oh yeah, tail whip him. Whip him with your tail. It's always a good time. So we're going to need to run back right now. We have a ton of stuff coming for us. We need to just regroup and use our little chameleons as a buffer, because believe it or not, they're actually not terrible melee combatants. So let's use the healing on KROQ'GAR, which is going to kind of give him some goodies. We'll cast this buff right here and just run back. And let's just pull these guys into melee right now, take them out of skirmish mode. Let's get them in here to fight the good fight. And they're actually going to shoot as they run in, so let's turn and fight. And the pterodactyls, we want to get them behind and do a bit of a rear charge. Should we have any other skinks coming back? We do have some from deep route, so we're going to pull those guys in. And KROQ'GAR is now fighting the good fight. And let's wait till the rats are kind of bunched up around us, and then we're going to pop it right now, and good. So the pterodactyls getting the rear charge here is going to be very strong. So I think we're just going in with everything now. We just get the Bastillodon, we get KROQ'GAR, we get everyone we can, and let's rear charge these guys, these storm vermin right here with the sword and shield. We just need everything we have to fight, because that could potentially cause a mass rout. I think we got this. I think if we kill this rat right here, then we're going to be in good shape. Our Bastillodon's going to terror out a lot of these guys. You can see his warlord is in really, really bad shape, so let's kind of finish him off. Yes, this is good. So KROQ'GAR needs to chase him. Definitely cannot let him come back, but I'm telling you guys, I honestly think one of the best units on the Lizardmen roster are these the darn skinks. Like they're so good. I mean, they apply poison, they can skirmish. They just have so many kind of dual pronged effects there, I suppose. So do we have any pterodactyls left? We have a couple. Let's have these guys keep fighting. And KROQ'GAR, do we have Hand of the Gods coming? Can we blast him? Is he out of range? Oh yeah, come on, KROQ'GAR, do it, finish him. If that finished him. Oh yeah, double Hand of the Gods. KO, no scope, 360. That was just glorious. Man, ooh, that was definitely one. I think that might have been one of the best games I've had since the release of 2. Just KROQ'GAR, just MVP, but that was super close battle. But the Pterodons did really well for us, 67, 89 kills. The little skinks here had over 100 kills apiece. I mean, it is against the Ratmen, so it's not as as impressive as like if it were High Elves or something. But I mean, I guess, is it over? Yeah, it's got to be over at that point. His Lord's gone. I think he has like an assassin lurking over there, but KROQ'GAR is going to just go all Jurassic Park on him and take him out anyway. So let's get this Plague Priest. Come on, get him, finish him. What's keeping him in the game? He must have something lurking. Oh, some Globadiers. But the pterodactyls, like I was saying, guys, like they're really good at not only focusing down the rats and bombing, but they also can deal with like things like Globadiers, for example. Like if those things had been able to free fire on KROQ'GAR, that could have been really rough. So let's get them over here, have them go on those guys, and it looks like that's going to be army losses at that point. So yeah, really GG. That was super fun. So does he have an unbreakable unit somewhere on the map? No, I was going to say, I wonder why the game's not over yet. But yeah, so the skinks, I mean, they were awesome. They out-traded his skirmishers and like kind of forced him into an awkward place. The cohorts and the Saurus warriors obviously did their jobs. The cold ones were a little bit clunky. If your opponents don't bring like a bunch of Doom Wheels, they're not as good. Like honestly, before I found out how powerful the Doom Wheels are, I didn't think you really should bring cold ones in this matchup. But after getting run over like 3 games, like a couple games in a row, I think it was like right after I posted that Doom Wheel video, and like I just seriously, my next 3 games were all Doom Wheel, like triple Doom Wheel. And if you don't have like the I mean, KROQ'GAR can deal with 1, but there's still going to be 2 other ones just running through your ranks. But the Hell Pit Abomination was pretty scary. Anti-large. KROQ'GAR had to fight that for a long time, so that was definitely a fierce one. But yeah, very well played to my opponent Marcus Aurelius. Look forward to running into you again on ladder for some more good games, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that Dino versus Ratman game. Have an excellent night, guys, and take care.